Hello again, YouTube. Today I'm going to be showing my graphic novels, my one-shots, my trade paperbacks, and a couple other little things that I've been have on the, I guess we'll call this shelf 2 collection. I got 3 shelf over here. I got stuff over on the other side of the room, but today I'm going to show you shelf 2, this 3 shelf collection. I know what you're thinking, PGH, why aren't you showing shelf 1? Well, I thought this would be a little bit cooler and a little bit easier for me to do. The other stuff's going to take time. So let's get started on this. It's not, usually there's guys there that have like big old collection behind them and stuff like that. I mean, this is my little shelf of the graphic novels and stuff, but I figured it'd be cool just to show them, so here we go. Okay, first up I got Batman's Villains Digest, Reader's Digest version of it. It just reprints a couple classic tales there. I bought this a long time ago. I mean, a long time, about 20 years ago. And it's always been on where I store my graphic novels for some reason. I don't know why, but it's always there. Next up I got is my Batman cards, second series from the 1989 movie. It's 9 cards, 1 sticker, and 1 stick of bubblegum. Maybe I'll do an unpackaging of one of these. Is there any of that on YouTube? Maybe 30s. Think of that. Maybe if I get 200 subscribers, I'll eat the bubblegum on YouTube Live. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'll do it for 100. Kidding. Maybe 75. Alright. But yeah, maybe I'll do an unpackaging of this. I mean, it's been so long since I opened them. I'm curious to see what they look like. I mean, they were going to originally put my kids through college, but you know. That's a joke. Okay, no more joking here. Let's see. Next up we got a mouse guard I got from Free Comic Book Day. Next up I got Batman Digital Justice. I bought this when it first came out. I paid cover price for it, $24.95, and I don't know. I wouldn't recommend this book at all. I mean, save your money. I think you can actually get it on Amazon for $1, and it's not even worth that. So that's how much I think of it. I've tried to get rid of it multiple times, but it's one of them things that stick in your collection that you can't get rid of. Okay, next up we got is Batman, the Dailies, 1943 to 1944. This is reprinting all the classic comic strips through that era of time, and yeah. So yeah, this is like a little sneak peek here. I'll see if I can find the Joker real quick. There we go. I believe this is Bob Kane's artwork and his storytelling, of course. And there's 3 volumes of this, if I remember correctly. But this is the only one I own right now. I mean, if you can find this, I'd suggest picking it up just for the old school. Okay. Next up, I got a couple mini series here. Well, parts of it. I mean, I got Batman Run Riddler Run, Part 1. Batman and Grendel, Part 1. I think that's a 2-part series. I'm missing Part 2, of course. Batman Riddler. This is when Batman Forever came out. They made Riddler and Two-Face. I'll show you that one later to cash in on that, I guess. I mean, it's a decent story, but this one's I recommend this book. If you don't have it in your collection, you should get it. I mean, I've seen it in dollar bins and stuff like that. I mean, it's Batman, it's, Gotham by Gaslight, one of the first Elseworld, if not the first Elseworlds book. Has Mike Mignola art in there. I mean, his art in this book is just spectacular. I mean, it fits the mood just right. He was made to write that or draw that book, so I suggest it. Of course, I got my Hulk figure. Yeah. All right, next up we got Batman and Dracula, Red Rain. Of course, this is another book that if you don't have, it needs to be in your collection, is Arkham Asylum. That's the hardcover. I bought that the first week it came out, paid cover price for it, so that was one of the best purchases I ever made. But funny story, I got the 15th anniversary edition of that, and it's what sort of got me back into collecting books again. My wife bought this for me for Christmas two Christmases ago, I guess it would be now. So, and she didn't know I had this book. I had all my stuff sitting in storage for a while. But I'll show you some of the artwork in here real quick. But I suggest I picked this version up, the 15th anniversary edition, for those that don't already own it. I mean, because it comes with some sketches in there, like stuff like that. Comes with the transcript, a whole bunch of stuff here. I mean, it goes into real detail about. You got like stuff written down here. So, but yeah, that's a must-have for your collection. Up next, we got another Grant Morrison book, Batman Gothic. Next up, we got Batman: The Dark Knight Strikes Again. I'd avoid this book if I were you, if you don't already own it. I mean, it's just for me, it was just all over the place. I mean, but on the other hand, this is another one that needs to be in your collection. It's The Dark Knight Returns, one of the best books ever made, in my opinion. It was a 4-part mini-series. I'll put in this one. I'd like to get the hardback version. This way, it comes with year 1 and another story, and plus this story. I mean, that's on my wish list. If I find it, I'll be picking that up. Next up I got here is Batman role-playing game. I've never played it. This was thrown in, gosh. This was part of a trade that I made with another kid at the time. And this was just to throw in. I just took it just as to sweeten the deal, I guess. That's what he did. Next up, Batman the Cult. They have Bernie Wrightson's art and work in here. I'm missing part 3. I used to have it many years ago, but so I'm on the lookout for part 3. Next up, I got Batman: A Lonely Place of Dying. This is a trade back of trying to remember. I can't remember the exact Batman issues that this is in. I want to say 440, 441, 442, and a couple other issues from a different series. Don't quote me on that, but that's just that's a Two-Face book here. Next up, I got Batman and Spawn, or I guess it's Spawn Batman. Frank Miller, Todd McFarlane. And next, I got Superman. It's an Elseworld story. It's Speeding Bullets. Batman 1 of 13, part 1 of 13, Long Halloween. I'm still trying to piece together that set. I've never read the whole story, so I'm trying to get that. Another book that's, what else can be said that hasn't already been said a million times. It needs to be in your collection if you don't already own it. It's Batman: The Killing Joke, for those not familiar with that. Next up, we got the trade paperback of the Death in the Family. Yeah, we got, like I said, the Death in the Family here. Just reprints all the issues that from Batman here. 426 through 429. if you don't want to shell out the money for that, that's a wise pickup. Next up, we got Batman, Son of the Demon. Damian's first appearance. Another book that needs to be in your collection. Batman Year One. If you don't already own the other issues, I gotta buy the single issues, just because I need it for my run. But that needs to be in your collection if you don't got it. So if I can get these, the Dark Knight and this one in, then I can get rid of these two. Next up, we got Penguin Triumphant. Let's see. This is Daredevil and the Punisher. This is the trade paperback of the I forget what 182, 183, and 184 of Daredevil. It's Child's Play. Next up, we have Punisher vs. Daredevil, Means and Ends. This is the collection of the miniseries. It's an excellent read. I mean, next up we got Catwoman, Her Sister's Keeper, crossover classics, the Marvel DC collection. I'm not really a fan of crossovers. I mean, it's always like, oh, there's like 3 pages of fighting and it always ends up everybody shaking hands in the end. So it's like sort of pointless for me. Because I guess nobody wants to be a loser, Superman sure as hell ain't gonna lose the Spider-Man and the Hulk, versus Batman. But next up we got is G.I. Joe, Union of the Snake. It's volume 7 from the newer series. I'm gonna say 2006 maybe. G.I. Joe, The Return of Serpentor. That's Part 5. It's out of order. Oh well. Next up we got the Joker, Devil's Advocate. Next up, Lex Luthor, the unauthorized biography. I recommend this one also. If you haven't read it yet, just it's a nice story. I mean, it's show you a different side of Lex here. Punisher, the Circle of Blood, reprinting the 5 issue miniseries there. There you go. Punisher and Batman. Got Joker and Jigsaw down there. The Punisher, Wolverine, African Saga. I believe it's reprinted, I want to say 5 and 6 of the War Journal from the early 90s. Punisher, No Escape. Punisher, The Prize. Punisher, the movie special. The Dolph Lundgren version there. Which I happen to like. I think I like it a little bit more than the Thomas Jane one. I'm not sure if that's just the nostalgia speaking or what. I'd have to revisit that. I think it might be looking back with rose-colored glasses, I guess the saying would be. But yeah, I'm not sure. I might have to take that statement back. But I did like the new short that they came out with. Ghost Rider, Wolverine, and Punisher. Yeah, this is back in the day when Ghost Rider was in everything. The Punisher, Return to Big Nothing. Next up we got Robin, just the his mini-series and stuff like that. Collecting all those issues, and I think issue 457 of Batman, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was as 457, 456, and I guess 455 was the other issue. It's nice to have. I mean, I got all the other single issues. I don't even know why I have it. But here's Two-Face, Batman. This was the other part to that Riddler one when Batman Forever came out. Next up, I got The Greatest Batman Stories Ever Told, Volume 2. And I also got The Greatest Batman Stories Ever Told, Volume 2. Which I don't understand because they're not the same book, but they're Volume 2. So if anybody knows the reasoning behind that, if there's Volume 1s or whatever, just let me know. Let's see, I put that right there. Next up, I got the Greatest Joker Stories Ever Told. I love this cover. It's that Brian Boland cover here. I actually like this better than the hardback. I owned the hardback years ago, but next up I got a book, Tales of the Dark Knight. This is basically, it shows different things there and stuff like that, like different covers from back then, stories about the authors and all that kind of stuff. So next up we got The Walking Dead Compendium. I already showed this before. Seems like a couple other people are getting on this. I've shown it before. I'll put a link in the bottom there. But issues 1 through 48. If you want to get on The Walking Dead, that's the perfect way to do it for a decent price. I mean, as of today, I seen it on Amazon for, gosh, $26. So I mean, if you need that, pick it up. Next up, I got the Watchmen, where it takes all 12 issues, the trade paperback version of that. Lastly, I got here is The World's Finest, issue 1. World's Finest number 2. I love the back of this. That's pretty cool. And World's Finest number 3. So that's my collection of trade paperbacks, one-shots, graphic novels, all that kind of stuff. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'll eat the bubblegum now. And as usual, my comic book pickups will be at the end of the week. Please check them out. Comment. I enjoy all the comments. And I'll see you next time.